What's up, you guys? So, identity is the focal point for the word that I have for today. Are you walking in the fullness of the identity that God called you to? I had a conversation with a couple friends who I've asked that same question, and as I've observed just the new environment and the new beginning and the clean slate that God has given me, I noticed that it's a lot of us that are not walking in the fullness of the identity that God has called us to be because of the level of expectation and validation that is sought out there from other people, or just what was projected upon of who is expected of us to be. For me, I can say that I finally feel like I'm walking in the identity of who I'm supposed to be, because I'm freed from trying to please the expectations of other people and what my journey should look like. And God never made us to be like each other in the sense of walking out the same lessons. We all endure similar things, but the reason that we're enduring certain things is for us to learn lessons in a certain manner that's overlooked and not necessarily taught. One of the conversations that I was having, a friend of mine pointed out that it was a fear of not being able to accept the unknown. And I believe that God is the known and unknown. And unless you are willing to surrender yourself to God in a way to where you can fully trust the faith and the seed that He's planted in your heart to show up for you in the unknown, it only makes it harder for you to fully accept the identity of who you called to be. And she made the statement about how a lot of people think that being a mother or being having a specific title in career, try to use that to identify their identity, when it's more so to personify their image. And I agree with her, because that's the society that we live in. We live in a validation seeking society because of social media, and it's the surface level to the realness of what's really going on around us that's consistently overlooked. And you don't really have too many people that can put down the applause and the validation to really take that walk into the unknown, just to see what's on the other side of what God has for you outside of what you're used to. So, are you walking in the fullness of your identity and surrendering yourself in God's image of what your identity should look like? That doesn't mean you have to be a pastor in a pulpit. That doesn't mean that you have to be walking around here trying to minister to anybody. It means accepting the peace and the serenity of just being who you are and serving naturally who God called you to be.